Okay, so you mentioned psychology was one of the things you did when you first came. What drew you to psychology originally? I know that you didn't, I'm not going to go too much into depth about it, but I'm fascinated by that topic too because when I was in school, one of the subjects I wanted to do was psychology because I thought that if I could understand psychology, I could understand myself. If I thought I could understand other people, I could understand myself. That wasn't how psychology was. It was a lot of studies. There was a lot of like theories, like you were talking about Freud, all of this thing. I remember once we went to Freud's house. Went to his house, saw his little chair and his little sofa where he would talk to people, and I was like, "Bruv, he's not even here. Like, why are we here in this house? It's just a house." But, but anyway, the question is, what drew you to psychology, and why did you decide to choose it, and how do you still relate to that topic now?
Firstly, I agree with you about Freud. I don't like his approach. That's why I couldn't study in Brazil, because it was very focused on psychoanalysis. And to me, I think that's very antiquated. I'm more of a behavioral person, cognitive behavioral.
Do you know about Jung?
Jung is still psychoanalysis.
Really? Okay. I love Jung, but okay, go, sorry.
Different opinions. Why do you love Jung?
I think so basically I'm reading a book right now about him and dreams. I think his talk on dreams and how like they have power and the symbols and how they can, through your dreams, through understanding your dreams, you can understand a lot about your unconscious. I agree with that. I agree with that perspective. I don't know much about behavioral psychology, but I think you can tell more people about the stuff that are implicit, the unconscious stuff deep within our own awareness. That if you can really understand it, you can understand about someone. And I don't really understand anything about behavior type psychology. Well, do you not like Jung?
I mean, I don't have anything against Jung. I think personally, I just think in general, I think psychoanalysis is too abstract. It's not very evidence-based. I mean, I think there is evidence. I'm not like an expert to talk about that, but when I was studying it, I just felt like it was very like up in the air for me. And I like very concrete things. So that's why I don't like it.
But the part that you like, the behavioral analysis, talk to me about that. What's that? What does that mean? And what part of that do you like about it as opposed to the other thing?
I think I really like to understand how behaviors are formed. I really liked studying addiction because that is like, how do you form that behavior? How do you become addicted to something? And I did my thesis on addiction and how we can create behaviors to break addiction.
What's one thing you want people to understand about addiction? Like just one thing that you learned. You did your whole thesis on it. Like it's not like asking a crazy question.
It's been 2 years.
You can't remember one fact.
One thing about addiction I want people to know.
Or just one thing. People are gonna know. Just one thing you want about addiction that you liked.
I think I liked. The thing that I most remember learning that I thought was very interesting was learning about overdose, how the chance that you can overdose increases so much when you do the drug in a place where you're not used to, because your body has signals that it sends when it senses the cues that are anticipating the drug, and when you don't do the drug in a place where your body can produce those signals, your tolerance, like that would be here, it drops because your body isn't ready for it. And that's why a lot of people overdose in like hotel rooms and different places like that. I thought that was very interesting. And there's like behavior theories you can use to try to break, for example, like taking people out of situations where they normally use drugs, because that can trigger like signals in the body that are preparing for the drug, can make you want to use the drug. So stuff like that I was very interested in. I actually thought about doing a master's in addiction.
What stuff do you still use in your life? Like what's something that you learned that you still use in your life?
About addiction or just psychology?
Just psychology.
I guess like my job, like I use psychology every day for my job. Like developmental psychology, consumer psychology, so use it like every day.
That's impressive, actually. That's impressive. Okay, all right, so let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for your time today. But let's wrap it up. Okay, so looking forward to the future, what are some aspirations? You just mentioned your job. You just mentioned things that, so I'm going to move that nice segue into the future and the things that you want to achieve. What's some of the aspirations that you have? What's some of the stuff that you want to achieve within, let's say, the next year, then 5 years, and then 10 years? Just they don't have to be like concrete stuff, but it's just an idea of where your head is at. I know you're an ambitious person, so yeah, talk to me about some of the stuff that you want to milestones you want to hit in your life.
I think firstly I want to find a way to go back to Brazil.
What's that countdown? Get the countdown out.
The countdown app. I want to get to a place where I can be in Brazil and be doing a job that I like. Doing something similar to what I do right now. I want to work with research, innovation, kids. So yeah, that's my like short term. Like I'm going back to Brazil in December. I want to find a job like in January or maybe after Carnaval, because the year only truly begins after Carnaval in Brazil. And then 5 years, I want to be in a place where I'm happy with my job, financially stable. I want to like start a family, get married, kids. 10 years, I don't know, be stable and be happy with my life and be like, I've gotten to the place where I want to be.
I love that. And okay, question from me too. What advice would you give to little girls? So I've got a little sister, and she's amazing. She's so ambitious. She wants to do all these things. She wants to achieve all these things. And I tell her, yes, but you have to work hard. Yeah. You have to work hard because like the world is unfair, and like the people are out there. They're gonna judge you just based on just not even the things, the work that you do. You have to work like 10 times harder than the next guy. But yeah, the question I'm asking, even in a roundabout way, is what advice would you give to little girls on how to get what you, because you've done so much, and I know you don't, maybe you don't give yourself the credit, but I want to be the one to give yourself the credit. Like you've done crazy. Look where you are, like right now, like from Brazil, you came here to achieve all these things, and you have even more to go. I'm an ambitious person too, so I recognize that kind of need to want to improve. But also I see that, and I give people like, yo, by the way, you're doing crazy, you're doing really well. So I see that, and I want to know how did you get here? What's some advice you give to that little girl who's looking now on how to be like you? They want to be like you, Isabella. How do they achieve that?
Jeff, you're gonna make fun of me for this, but if you can dream it, you can achieve it.
Why would I make fun of you?
Because you made fun of me for it before. Advice, I guess, like if you want something, see the necessary steps to get to that, and then follow those steps, and like don't give up, even if like to come back here. I think I tried, like I was talking to Gary and to everyone for like maybe 6 months, and I just don't give up easily, and do courses, and like education is very important to get where you want to be, and everything is like a stepping stone. Just use things as stepping stones to get where you want to get.
I love it. Love that. That's a very good answer, actually. Love that. Final question I always ask everyone. What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of this whole thing, this whole existence? You're looking, because I know it's true. She's like, he always does this. But yeah, what is the meaning of life? It's a big question, obviously. I don't expect you to have the answer, because no one has the answer. But I want you to talk about it for a little bit. You can even like just think out loud if you have to. But yeah, what do you think the meaning of life is? What's the whole point of this whole thing?
I think